We're at Lift Gym in Edinburgh, owned and run by Andy and Laura, good friends of mine. We've been looked after here, Fergus and I, for many years, and it's a great place to come and train, especially when we're over this end. And here today to kind of throw in a good 2 hours, I think, of ballistic, plyometric and hard force production work ahead of this race that we've got coming up. I said that's interesting. I'm warming up on this, right? And the one in the gym that I normally use over my way. Basically, I'm warming up here. This is about 3-4 out of 10 effort for me, just getting a bit of heat in. And I'm about 280 watts. When I warm up on the one over the road, this same effort. Tell me I'm like about 112 watts. So what we learned from that is I'm more powerful in Edinburgh. It's twofold. So training for this is twofold. One, we've got the whole hybrid thing going on in that I don't want to have to give up strength training. I don't want to have to not strength train, not maintain that strength that I've got and that ability to put down power when I want. In order to just do this. So I could be in about this kind of stuff knowing that I've got this race for 12, 16, 20 weeks, not doing any strength training because I don't think it speaks to it, and then I'm a week at the end of it, and if I want the strength back then I'll have to start that cycle, and the whole thing becomes a kind of a to and fro, and nobody ever gets anywhere. So for us, from a hybrid perspective, it's vital just to keep it going, just to maintain strength. But what I'm doing today and what we've been doing as this kind of event gets closer is really kind of honing in on the things that are going to be specifically useful. For the most part today, I'm concentrating on things that are actually kind of balance, agility based, a bit of power development, but really jumps and landing, the landing from jumps, single-legged jumps, etc. That will help probably more so. We talked before about strength helping with injury prevention. This is probably where the real key of that is. Falls and slips. Just kind of lost my balance. So just that terrain that I'm going to be up against in the Arctic, if I've got that ability to kind of maintain strength under kind of, not under duress, under external environment that I can't control, then this is the stuff that's going to kind of keep me as close to the potential of, away from the potential of being injured as possible. Yeah, I've got a vest with me today. A lot of loaded marches, a lot of loaded walking, a lot of loaded running that we've been doing. Some of that today. Out on the trail, I'd underestimated it, as we were joking about a minute ago, how much was going to be in the pack. So I think for the most part, as I'm carrying everything for the whole week, as I go through the week, that pack weight's going to reduce a little bit. But for the first 2-3 days, or 2 days really, we're going to be somewhere in the region of 10 kilos carrying. So for the sake of not just the actual weight, carrying that weight, but for the sake of how it impacts your ability to get breath in, because it's compressing on your chest and things. Did I cover that up? Because it's compressing on your chest and things. It's just managing what things that you'd feel that are normal to you. So when we've gone in the hills, I'm carrying way more weight with me when we're up there than I actually need for those trips into the hills. So about 15k I've been carrying. And like I say, it's not just for the load management and the carriage, it's for actually how much that's going to compress my chest a little bit. So I'll do a little bit of running today, hard sprints in the vest actually today, and then between those sprints, trying to bring my heart rate right down for the next one. And that'll tell me a lot about my aerobic capacity as well. So we're doubling up on a lot of things today. Again, last time we spoke when we were on the hills in Pentland, I was talking about conversations with Alex, and that's been really, really good. One of the things I've been doing that I've enjoyed doing is I'm not looking at my data, I'm not looking at it at all. I'm looking at things where I'm understanding and, in the sense that on that hill, I knew how I should feel in terms of how I felt before, but I wasn't looking at my heart rate and managing that. I'm getting Alex to do that, Alex Viada, externally from me, so that I can interact with the environment, so that I can interact with my own body, and also so that I don't get caught up in that kind of crap. Does that make sense? Because what I don't want to be doing is relying on data, especially in the Arctic, because the battery life in anything is going to be so short rather, that the likelihood of me getting the opportunity to quickly look at the Garmin to see what my heart rate is, or whatever it might be, even pacing, and adjust based on that metric feedback is slim. Plus, I don't want to be out there in the middle of this beautiful environment thinking about digitation and thinking about metrics and stuff. So I want to be used to how I feel. But on the flip side of that, knowing whether I've gotten, performance-wise, whether I've gotten better or not, I've offset that. Fergus has been managing that as well, and Alex has been really close to it. So what we noticed was that there was a dip in my aerobic capability whilst I was ill, which is obvious because I was ill. But actually it's risen way up beyond that, and I'm now excited to be in a place where I'm probably fitter than I've ever been before, which might be something I shouldn't be saying out loud, but I'm probably fitter than I've ever been before. So I can tell very simple things like sprints, like things that we're going to do today, working real hard, and then seeing how quickly I recover from that. It's massive, if really hard sprints in a 10 kilo vest, it's difficult to get your heart rate under control. But if we liken that to the environment I'll be in, if I've got to go up a tough gradient in snowshoes, in packed snow, where I'm, and I start working way up towards my aerobic capacity, or my anaerobic capacity, the top end of my heart rate, I need to be able to stop for 2-3 seconds and bring that down real fast. If I don't, then I'm scunnered. I'm going to have to stop for 5 minutes and then I'm going to get cold. So this speaks really, although it seems like heavy sprint work in the gym, it speaks brilliantly to the environment. And back to your question, mate, I am excited because I can feel it. And I see it every time. It's shocking me when Alex is returning the data to me and I'm saying that felt hard. And he said, well, it was hard, but look how quick you recovered. It's like, oh, this is new. So that's good. Boots and cats. Boots and cats, that's how they do the beatbox, isn't it? That's the first one you learn. Boots and cats and boots and cats.